guys, welcome to your fourth week of learning, distance learning at the Online Academy. For this week, we are still focusing on linear functions. Today, what you're going to do with this lesson is you're going to solve multi-step linear equations in one variable. Okay, so we're still dealing with one variable. When we talk about variables, remember, basically that's the quote-unquote letter in your expression that has a value, but we don't know what that value is, okay? So before we start, I do want to review, your properties of equalities, because you are going to be using these properties again throughout this chapter and throughout high school math, okay? Addition property of equality, what you're doing is you're adding the numbers on both sides of the equation to make your equations equal, okay? Subtraction property of equality, same thing, except you're subtracting a number on both sides of the equation, a number or a term to make both sides equal. Multiplication, again, multiplying a number on both sides of the equation to make an equation equal. And then division property, again, dividing a number on both sides of the equation to make the equation equal. Okay, so this is review for you. Know that with this lesson, you're going to have to state every step. Okay, and you'll see as we jump into the next problem what I mean by stating each step. Okay, just know that for properties of equality, I abbreviate them as POE. Okay. Another concept that you'll learn or review is combining your like terms. Remember, your like terms are your constant terms, and then your terms with the variables that are your terms that have the same variable to the same power. Okay. So here's a good visual of what are examples of like terms and what are examples of unlike terms. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into practice. I'm going to go ahead and just jump into a practice problem. What I want you to do is I want you to start copying these problems down now, because this would be part of your notes. So the first process is solving equations with variables on one side of the equation. Okay, so this is a multi-step equation. And if you look at this is read as 1 over 4x minus 9 over 4x minus 7 equals negative 15. Okay, you have seen something like this before. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start solving it. Notice what I'm doing now is you'll see that I'm on the right side of the slide. I'm giving all the statements of what that describes the steps that I'm doing. So given just means that's the first problem that I'm given. Okay. Now next, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and combine 1 over 4x minus 9 over 4x, okay? If you do that, again, notice how your denominators are the same. So all you have to do is focus on your numerators. So if I subtract 1 from 9, remember this is subtract. So 1 minus 9 is negative 8 over 4x. And notice how I can simplify negative 8 divided by 4x. That's going to give me negative 2x, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and bring down this minus 7 and equals negative 15. So everything on that, everything on the remaining, or just bringing down the remaining equation, okay? So again, you're going to have to explain the steps that you just did. So what we did was we combined our like terms, okay? Now you should get into something that's review for you, where we're trying to get the term with x by itself. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of this negative 7. So to get rid of this negative 7, I'm going to go ahead and add 7 on both sides. When I do that, I get negative 2x equals negative 8. And again, you want to state your reason, okay? So what I did was I added 7 on both sides, so I would just say the addition property of equality. Okay, now we have the term with our variable by itself. Okay, so I want to, again, we use the word isolate x. I want to get x by itself. So that means I need to get rid of this negative 2. So keep in mind this is read as negative 2 times x. So what you want to do is you want to do the inverse of what multiplying by negative 2 is. And in that case, that's going to be divide by negative 2. Keep in mind what you do to one side of the equation, you're going to have to do to the opposite side. So your final answer is 4. And again, you want to state your reasons. That was the division property of equality. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump into one more practice problem. Very similar to what we just did. We're solving equations with variables on one side. Okay. So you have a linear equation, 9x minus 6x plus 15 equals negative 12. Before you want to start using the properties of equalities, you want to see if you can simplify anything, okay? So if we look on the left side of the equation, notice how I can simplify 9x minus 3x. That's going to equal 3x. And then I'm going to bring down plus 15 equals negative 12. And again, get into the habit of stating what you did. And in this case, we stated that we combined like terms. Okay. Next, you are now faced with a linear equation that you should be familiar with. Again, the goal is to isolate the variable. So you want to get the term with the variable by itself. So 3x is my term. I want to get 3x by itself. I need to get rid of this positive 15. So what I want to do is I want to subtract 15 on both sides. So when you subtract 15 on both sides, you now get 3x equals negative 27. And again, that was the subtraction property of equality. Okay. Now if you look on the left side of the equation, I have the term 3x by itself. That's what I wanted. Now I want to get x by itself. So to get x by itself, I need to get rid of that 3. So remember that's read as 3 times x. So to get rid of that 3, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 3. Okay? And when you do that, you get negative 9. And what we did was we used the division property of equality. Okay? So there's 2 examples there. Hopefully the examples in class gave you a better idea. What we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and solve equations with variables on both sides of the equation. So when I talk about equations being on, or variables being on the both sides, notice how I have the variable x on the left side of the equation and the variable x on the right side of the equation. Okay? So before we start, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and simplify what 3 times 5x plus 2 is. Okay? I can't, subtract 2 on both sides, or I can't move my variables in my terms yet, because I want to make sure that my equation is simplified first, meaning do I have any like terms that I need to combine, or do I need to multiply or use the distributive property? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the distributive property. Remember, to distribute means you're going to multiply your factor, which in this case is 3, into 2 expressions, or into an expression or a term. Okay, so 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times a positive 2 is a positive 6. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just bring down whatever was on the right side of this equation. Okay, now we have an expression that's simplified. So meaning if you look on the left side, I cannot add 15x and 6 because they're not like terms. And on the right side, I cannot subtract 12x and 9 because they're not like terms. Okay, so what you want to do is you now want to get variables on one side of the equation and your constants on the other side. Okay, so what I always encourage my students to do is make sure all your variables are on the left side of the equation, and then your constants are on the right side. Okay, so the next steps, just know that whatever step you choose, there's no correct order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move this 12x to the left side of the equation. Okay, so if this is a positive 12x, to move it to the left side, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 12x, okay? And I'm sorry, we used the distributive property. Remember, you want to get into the habit of telling me what you're doing to get to the next step, okay? So if I subtract 12x on both sides of the equation, I now get 3x because 15x minus 12x is 3x. I'm going to bring down that plus 6, and that's going to equal negative 9. Okay. And what I did was I used the subtraction property of equality. Okay. Now you have variables on one side of the equation, and remember what I said, I want to move my constants to the right side. So I want to move this a positive 6. So to move that positive 6, again, you're going to subtract 6 on both sides. And when you do that, we get 3x. Your positive 6 and negative 6 is going to equal 0. And on the right side of the equation, that's going to equal negative 15. And we use the subtraction property of equality. Okay. Last but not least, you should know how to solve for x. So to do that, I'm going to divide both sides by 3 using the division property of equality. Our final answer is negative 5. Okay. All right, my next step, last problem, I'm going to go ahead and just have you copy this down, and I'm going to just show the problem solving steps for you. I'm not going to speak over it, so you can just kind of use this as a method to check your work, okay? Okay, so hopefully you were able to check your work. Again, just look forward to more practice throughout the week when it comes to solving linear equations, multi-step, especially with variables on both sides, okay? All right, so the last part of your lesson, or today's lesson, is completing this lesson activity. This is all on Edmonton, okay? Looking at Edmonton, it says this activity will help you meet this educational goal. Again, what we did was we solved linear equations in one variable, including those for which variables are included on both sides, okay? So there's some questions, a total of, there's question 1 right here, okay? Here's question 2 with part A. Create an equation from the model that describes the relationship between the weights on each side of the scale. Enter the correct answer in the box. You're just creating an equation. So if you read this is basically saying 3 plus 2y equals 2 plus 4y. Okay? And then what you're going to do after that is you're going to go ahead and solve. Self-evaluation, if you respond to that, please make sure you respond to that. And then just keep in mind when you're done, you're going to go ahead and hit print. You want to save that to PDF, and then you're going to upload this on Teams. It is Monday. It's due today at 11:59 on Teams. Okay? All right, let me know if you guys have any questions with today's lesson.